Welcome to The Essence, where we have casual conversations with impact leaders, quick pulse checks with no BS.
Today in The Essence, we're catching up with Michael Jantzi, founder of Sustainalytics.
If I had a magic wand, what I would do is put an end to sort of the infighting and the criticism that's going back and forth. There are different pathways and theories of change. There are different ways to get from where we are to where we need to be.
Hi, Michael. How are you doing?
Very well. It's great to see you, Katie.
Thank you so much for your time. And let's go right into it with this conversation. First thing is, can you tell us in one sentence what Sustainalytics does?
Yeah, Sustainalytics is a firm that provides sustainability research and insights, largely to investors and other financial decision makers, in the hopes that that information helps them make more informed decisions, and that in turn those decisions will lead to a more just and sustainable global economy.
Fantastic. So, Michael, I know you recently had a lifestyle change and you've moved to a 72-acre farm in rural Ontario. Can you give us two personal perspectives on climate change since you've changed your sort of environment?
Yeah, well, happy to. Maybe one on the negative and one on the positive side. Weather here is more volatile than it used to be. You just can't have rain anymore. It has to be in droves and accompanied by high winds. On the other side, you just can't have nice warm days. It seems you have hot, searing days with drought. So that's sort of the negative side. But on the positive side, the land that we moved to had been lying fallow for many years. The soil was in bad condition, and we're focused on regenerative agriculture. And, with hard work and focus, we're bringing life and vitality back to the soil here for food and animals. So that's pretty exciting and shows you can make a difference at a local level.
Thank you for sharing that. Now, I know you've been in the industry for a long time, since the 90s, and you've grown Sustainalytics until its most recent merger with Morningstar in 2020. If you had a magic wand right now, what is one thing you would change about the ESG industry instantly, and why?
Well, this industry has grown so quickly, and that is in large part because people recognize now the significant challenges that we face around climate and other environmental and social issues, and maybe the shrinking time frame that we have to address those challenges. And so if I had a magic wand, what I would do is put an end to sort of the infighting and the criticism that's going back and forth. There are different pathways and theories of change. There are different ways to get from where we are to where we need to be. And instead of focusing our critiques on others that are trying to travel that path, this is not a zero-sum game. Let's focus on what's important and try to work more efficiently together.
Thank you for that. Next, let's touch upon a different angle, which is tech and data analytics. So we know that disruptive technology will be key to mitigating climate risk. So does technology play a pivotal role in ESG data and analytics industry? And if you believe so, where do you see it going?
Well, first I'll say I do believe that technology will play a vital role in combating climate change and allowing this transition. I recently read a statistic that said if you're looking at the reductions in CO2 that we need between now and 2030, the majority of that is going to come from technology that's already exists and is proven. But as you go farther out between 2030 and 2050, the technology that is required, most of that is unproven, sort of in the prototype phase. So it will play and continue to do so a very important role. Our space, a sustainability research space, yes, we rely on technology, big data, artificial intelligence. It allows us to cover more companies, which is important. Big companies, small companies, public companies, private companies, and so on. It allows us to draw connections between events and incidents in ways that we wouldn't otherwise. So again, it helps us provide, I think, better insights to our clients, which we hope, again, leads to more informed decisions. I think from our perspective, we'll continue to leverage technology, but we believe it's a tool for human beings. We still believe that good analysts provide those insights that technology can't. So it's about people, it's about technology and good processes. And I think that's where the industry is going to continue to go.
Thank you for that answer. It's good to know that sort of human judgment still plays a key role in your industry as well. So let's move on to the topic of ESG greenwashing. That's something that we've been seeing a lot of news and headlines around. Do you think this is the tip of an iceberg? And if so, what is the key advice you want to impart to investors?
Well, I think you're right. Greenwashing is a concern. I think it's a concern in any industry that's seen so much attention in a relatively short period of time, although it doesn't seem that way from my perspective because I've been doing this for 30 years. But you've had a lot of assets flow into sustainability focused funds and so on. I think that it's not so much about fund companies or anyone trying to deliberately mislead. I think what we're seeing here is a mismatch in intentions. I think for investors, we need to be clear about why it is we're interested in looking at sustainability as part of an investment decision. Is it to improve the financial side of things, the risk profile, the financial return profile, which sustainability can help do, or are we interested as an investor to have that positive impact on the social and environmental front? It doesn't have to be one or the other, but you need to be clear on what your intention is along that spectrum. And the fact is, funds do different things. There are some funds and investment products that are focused on leveraging sustainability for better financial outcomes, that risk return equation, and others that are high impact. And so where I think the greenwashing concerns come in is when intentions are misaligned. When I expect as an investor to get a high impact fund when that fund is just focused on integration. So I think for investors, be clear on what your intention is, and for the investment side, be very transparent in regards to how you're leveraging sustainability in your process.
Thanks for that. You've really kind of simplified that concept. At the end of the day, it's about managing expectations on both ends. And to investors, it's being very clear about what you're seeking for and finding products that align with that.
Absolutely. It's just that alignment of intention is so important. But so is transparency on the part of the fund companies, being very clear and transparent about what their objectives are and how they go about trying to achieve those on behalf of their clients.
So let's move on to the last topic, which is about talent. We at SFI, we're seeing a lot of interest from financial professionals who are keen to move into the world of sustainable finance. What's your advice to them?
Well, the interest in individuals that have skill sets and experience in sustainability and ESG makes me very happy. I mean, one of the things as an entrepreneur who started a small company that grew to employ hundreds and then thousands of people, it's very satisfying to be able to provide job opportunities for people who are looking for purpose in their work. But again, I'm going to go back to intention. I think that there are lots of opportunities there for people now, but be clear in regards to what it is that you want to do in your work and what you want to get out of it from an impact and mission perspective. If you're interested in sustainability from predominantly a financial analysis side, that's fine. There are lots of opportunities now to put your analytical and data skills to work. If you're interested in having more of an impact-oriented approach to what you do, there's lots of opportunities there as well. But again, just be very clear about what it is you want from the job and what that job is offering. Because if you have a high impact orientation and are looking to have your skill sets put to use to allocate capital to transition or social justice, and you're ending up investing money from an integrative or integration standpoint, you're not going to be happy. So just let's be clear in regards to the type of job that you want, and then make sure that's the position that you're landing in at the end of the day.
Thank you for that. So last part is rapid fire questions. First part is overrated or underrated. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. First thing, ESG ETFs, overrated or underrated?
I think they're underrated. There's a lot of good stuff that's yet to come.
Great. Carbon credits, overrated or underrated?
Overrated. I'm not a big fan of offsets. You have to use them in just the right way if they're going to have the real world impact that we need.
Last one, impact investing, overrated or underrated?
It's underrated at this point. Impact investing absolutely has the potential to change and address both environmental and social issues at scale, and we just need a lot more of it, and we need it quickly.
And the last question I have for you is, within sort of the sustainability realm, what books are you reading, or any topics that are kind of piquing your interest at the moment?
Well, the topics that are piquing my interest right now are the intersection of sustainability and geopolitical risk. I mean, obviously that's in the headlines right now, but if you look at what's happened over the last 2 years, which coincided with COVID, for me, the geopolitical order is beginning to change, and so that can have a positive impact on sustainability outcomes. It can also have a very negative impact on geopolitical outcomes. So that's really taking a great deal of my focus right now.
So that's it for The Essence. Thank you so much, and wishing you, Michael, a safe and productive 2022. Thank you so much for your time.
Well, thank you, Katie. It was great to reconnect.